names and we be the baddest click up on the scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake their broads on house shows and proves? No doubt I predicted you, so please excuse if I come across rude. That's just
A voice of India, of Goan origin, that's now the voice of Australia. The man himself, the voice himself, is right here in Goa. We're feeling very good about it. Two Goans meeting another Goan, but this Goan has become the voice of Australia. Welcome to our show, Reuben De Melo.
Thanks for
And
having
Savio,
me.
and
Savio.
Reuben
Yes.
Bambino.
Nice
Good to
meet
have
you,
you,
Bambino.
Reuben, on our show. Of course, Reuben has made waves down under, but right now he's come back to Amchengoe to give us a sneak peek into his performances. Reuben, it was nice to see you on stage yesterday, but take us back to The Voice and how it was winning The Voice.
Well, it's slightly different stages. The Voice Australia is magnificent. You have such big names and the crowd, and lots of camera work, lots of lights, camera, and action as well. But yeah, it's a crazy experience. My wife actually signed me up to be on the show. She's an incredible musician as well. But yeah, just gave it a go, and yeah, rest was history. I was a little bit nervous, I have to say, but other than that, it was a beautiful experience.
That moment when you were declared the voice of Australia, what came to your mind? What are the emotions you went through?
When I was declared the voice of Australia, well, I felt pretty overwhelmed, to be honest. Like I wasn't deserving of this title. There's so many incredible artists around, and for people to actually vote for me, love me, and vote for me, it's not like you've won a singing competition. It feels like you won people's hearts. Honestly, it felt like a king, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure winning a competition like that is like a lot of people's love. Coming to the place that you love, you were born in Goa. Take us to a few of your memorable moments, or
Well,
some incidents you can remember.
Oh God, there's so many things I can remember. Even though I was only a little child, I still remember sitting with my grandma, watching her go to the rice fields. I still remember, climbing coconut trees, and like a couple of mates would climb coconut trees, throw coconuts down. I remember jumping on the bullock carts, and yeah, every time the bullock cart would come around to our village, we'd jump on it, and those are the fondest memories I've got. And obviously, choris pao and cutlet pao. I love my village, Mana Gina, that's Kuturin, that's where I'm from, next to St. Rita Church. Yeah, I love that place, yeah.
And what about people and places in Goa that you remember most? People maybe right from your grandparents downwards.
Yeah,
And
well,
tell us more about them.
my grandma, well, they're all you would say illiterate, but intellectually, they were very emotionally intelligent, but on the intellectual side, they did struggle a bit, but they were people that raised me to be the person I am today. Most of the times, the mum and dad would be away at work, and we were raised by our grandparents and the village and the community, and it instilled the love of everybody in my heart. So it's like a representation of an ocean. So I feel like I can go anywhere and be fine because of that ocean in me, So it's that spirit.
So was it your grandparents who taught you your first song to sing, or you learned it at probably the village feast or the cocktail
So
singing?
you know what? My mum. So Franz Cotta and Chantal Cotta.
Yes.
Franz Schubert and Chantal. They were my first music teachers. So they taught me the violin and all that. My mum put me there, and they kind of started my music journey. So I owe a lot to them. And also the litanies, the old ladins and our chapels, like St. Anthony Chapel, the old ladin that we used to sing.
Right.
Used to play the violin there. I'd never sung, but you'd hear the people do harmony and stuff. So it just kind of marinated in your brain, and it went from there to here. So it's like, when you marinate meat, you leave it in the fridge. It's like everything's been marinating for this long in my head, and it's created this beautiful thing in my life.
Coming back to Australia, when you first landed there, the first few years, how was it growing up, adapting to a new country, a new people, a new set of friends?
Initially, obviously, you listen to everything your mum said, and your mum would tell you, because we wear shorts and thongs and go out, but mum would make us wear long pants and comb my hair just to go down the street. It was almost like, we're going, boys. Like, why do we have to be extra, overcompensate to be here? But it's almost like, it's definitely a cultural shift. But growing up, I realized that the Australian people were just the same as us, you know, and I got along with a lot of people, made so many new friends. And also, yeah, they welcomed me into their homes as an Aussie kid, you know, so I have a lot to offer, I owe a lot to both the cultures. And I think our cultures are very similar, like both the Australian and Goan cultures, in terms of being laid back, in terms of hating politics. You know, like the Tiats would always, like, you'd always bag a politician out every time. Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing to do in Australia as well, you know, it's always like that.
Apart from music, what are your other hobbies that you pass time with, apart from playing with your kids?
I love soccer, so I like to football.
Football, yeah.
Football. So I grew up with a lot of that, and you know, I thought I would be a football star before I found music. I thought I was going to be playing for Barcelona and stuff like that, but that obviously didn't happen. But that was something I like. Yeah, that's probably my only other thing.
But as far as music is concerned, you know, who would you name as 2 or 3 of your greatest idols, whether it's pop, rock, or music?
Yeah, Bob Marley, Johnny Cash. I liked a bit of country as well. But
Like John Denver or maybe Don Williams.
Yeah, maybe like, you know, yeah, I would say a lot of like modern day artists as well.
Turner.
Yeah, like you know, a bit of stuff that's coming out of Texas, like, you know, Cold to Wall and Tyler Childers. I don't know if you know any of these names, but obviously I have my older loves, like, you know, Lorna and stuff like that. I loved a bit of, like, you know, the old sort of music.
What would you say about the music that Chris Perry has kept for posterity?
I would say it is, yeah, that kind of music is important to keep that culture alive and to keep that sort of tradition and instill the love of the old sort of ways, the old family ways of like the Goan culture in our kids' hearts. So yeah, it's good.
Now that you're in Goa after a long time, what are the couple of things that you are looking forward to do, to eat, to visit, places to visit?
I'm looking forward to going to, eating the cutlet pao, for instance, you know, sausage roll, chorizo pao. And yeah, just doing that sort of stuff and eating some seafood and just living life by the beach.
And before we leave, a little message for our viewers about to the youngsters you'd like to give.
Yeah, I would love to say something. I'd like to say, don't ever be afraid of who you are. And the only time you can be brave is when you're afraid. So be brave instead.
Yes. Thank
and,
you very much.
And if I have to say something before we go as well, if you look at his hair, it's spectacular. And he's the guy, Reuben De Melo, a Goan from Australia, who gave us that hair-raising experience when he performed at the Voice of Australia. Thank you so much for being in
Cheers.
Goa.
Thank
we love
you.
you, man.
Thank
Deo
you.
Baragora,
Deo
Reuben,
Baragora.
Ani, all the very best to you.
Deo
Thank you very
Baragora.
much for joining us on DD. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Rings and we beat the baddest click up on the scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake they frauds on house shows and proves? No doubt I predicted you, so please excuse if I come across rude.